What's going on, people, and welcome back to another player versus player. Today we've got Pele versus Ronaldo, the original R9. First up, we've got goals. I do it on the amount and also the more memorable. Obviously, Pele was a lot before my time. I did grow up in part seeing parts of Ronaldo, R9, and obviously I remember more of his goals, even though he scored less. So I have to kind of go with the numbers on this one. R9 finished with 280 goals. He would have had a lot more if it hadn't have been for the injuries, but 280 was his total, whereas as Pele, his total was 647 official senior goals. So Pele takes it on the goals. Shooting, I haven't seen enough of Pele's clips to really give him a fair chance in this. So shooting for me, I would give to R9, but obviously I grew up watching him. So shooting goes to Ronaldo. Dribbling, I've seen clips of Pele and he looked like he was pretty good at it. I think I would give the dribbling to Ronaldo. I feel like he maybe used his pace a bit more than Pele with the dribbling, and Pele had great technique with it from what I've seen. But I think Ronaldo had a different technique that not many players have had. So I'm going to give the dribbling to Ronaldo. Heading, I don't recall seeing either of these guys head it that much. I have seen Pele leap ridiculously high and head the ball. I don't remember Ronaldo scoring a ton of headers. So for heading, I'm going to give it to Pele. Pace, I don't think Pele was slow in his younger days, but I think Ronaldo was just gifted with pace until the injuries hit. So for me, pace is quite an easy one. I feel like Ronaldo takes that one naturally. I feel like even after the injuries, he did lose pace. He always had a bit of pace around him, whereas I don't know if that was the same for Pele as he got older or not. So pace, Ronaldo. Technique for like first touch and control. I know that Pele was very good at it. I am going to give it to Ronaldo for technique. Strength on the ball. Pele's not one that I look at in that way where I remember his strength, whereas R9, I remember him more for his pace and his trickery, but he was also hard to push off the ball. His strength, even at a young age, I've seen clips of him at PSV, ridiculously hard to get off the ball. He was never a massive like stature, muscular build, but even before he put the weight on and stuff, his strength was underrated, I think. So strength, Ronaldo. Agility, I know Pele was blessed in this, but I also feel like Ronaldo was as well. Maybe not so much in their later careers, obviously, but I think Ronaldo's agility was pretty. I think he was probably cleverer than Pele in that sense, in just the touches he did. Whether or not he had the sheer agility factor over Pele, I'm not sure, but I am going to give it to Ronaldo for agility. The way he glided on the ball and just changed direction quickly and stuff, I feel like Ronaldo for me. Leadership, obviously, I haven't seen a lot of Pele. Ronaldo wasn't really a natural leader. I believe Pele captained some of his teams at times. So I am going to give the leadership to Pele. Obviously, he won a World Cup at a ridiculously young age as well. Even though he wasn't captain, like he was a forefront in that. So I'm going to give the leadership to Pele. Teamwork is a tricky one. I feel like Ronaldo definitely boosted his teams with his goals at important times. But I feel like Pele offered a bit more in the teamwork sense than what he won trophies and stuff in the end. And yeah, so I'm going to give teamwork to Pele. Trophies, it's pretty one-sided. I mean, Ronaldo puts a good effort up. He finished with 20 trophies in his career, which is no mean feat. It was ruined a lot by injury, though. I expect him to have probably at least about 25 without the injuries. So 20 trophies for R9, and Pele finished with 38. So it's pretty one-sided on the trophy side of it. Pele takes that quite clearly. And lastly, we've got career. Both have won World Cups, obviously, but Pele has won more. He had more of a career in terms of the games he played, the goals he scored, because he didn't get the injuries as much as Ronaldo did. So Ronaldo loses out in that sense and is a bit unlucky in that sense. But I have to factor that into the career side of it as well. The longevity of players It's a shame that R9 had the troubles that he did, because he was a delight to watch. I'd like to have seen a few more years out of him, but for career overall, you have to give it to Pele. So I've counted it up, and it's the first time I believe that it's ever happened in a player versus players, and it's a dead draw. Pele finished with 6, and Ronaldo also got 6. So a new thing for the channel in terms of the player versus player. I don't believe any of them have drawn so far. First time, I think. So yeah, it just shows how close it is between the two for me. And I haven't even seen Pele that much, so well done to both of them. Wasn't sure how this one was going to end up at all. Next up, I'm going to do Ruud van Nistelrooy versus Drogba, and then probably the Carvalho versus Vidic, and then I'll think of some more matchups. Enjoyed doing it. Fascinated to see how it turned out, and it's a draw. 6-6 in a bit.